Testing, testing. For a candle maker, I'm pretty rubbish at describing smells. Scuppered me. What am I even talking about anymore? Hello and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new. My name is Nicola and I have a small home fragrance business that I run from my home in my kitchen, and I have a toddler and a baby and it's chaos. I have a few orders to pack and I thought it would be a good time to jump on. They're all diffuser orders, which is nice because it makes a change from the candle orders, but obviously with the weather, yeah, diffusers are definitely more popular. We're back to this angle again. I don't know if I like it. I'm also wearing my microphone, which I never remember to do, and hopefully it makes an improvement because I always think it will be fine to just prop it somewhere and then I start doing things and it sounds like... So I'm just going to clean up from breakfast first and then we'll get cracking. Okay, let's start with you. First thing I'm going to do is pull everything that everyone's ordered so that it's all here and I don't have to keep moving. Oh no, it's all packed. I went to do that and realised I haven't actually unpacked from my market at the weekend, so everything's boxed up. It seemed like a good idea to leave it packed because I've got more markets. We'll talk about that in a minute. But now I'm regretting my decisions. Coconut and lime, and then who wants reeds? You want reeds, and you want it in your car. How lovely, right? Oh, the Harry Potter cupboard. That was surprisingly easy. I'm either really organised or it's all about to go very wrong and I've been lulled into a false sense of security. I think we're ready. I don't have coffee, which makes me quite sad, but I'd rather just get cracking. So I did actually think that this video would be, I covered the baby monitor. This video would be the market display glow up video being finished. However, be interesting to know if that makes a difference. I was going to take the top bar. So the top bar is the last thing I was waiting to sort out. And then I've got some wood to make a little sign on, but the top bar's been there the whole time in the corner of my dining room. And I decided to take it to my local market that literally has just been and muck about with it there because it's a quieter time there and there's lots of people that can help and give opinions and it's quite a social event. So the night before I was like, cool, I'll put that in. My husband went, just check, you know, do you need a screwdriver? Do you need... I was like, oh, just check it. And there's a massive pole missing out of the box. I checked and checked again and then checked again, checked the instructions again, checked again, and it's just not there. And I don't really know where I stand because I bought it in May and it's a 28-day return window and it's now July for reference. So that's a bit annoying, really. I have a plan. I have got in touch just to see what I can do because obviously it's not, yeah, I don't want to return it, it's just missing. But hopefully that will get sorted this week and then I actually have a double market next weekend. So, and it'd be really cool to have it all finished. Just for my own sanity at this point, I think. And then also obviously so I can just wrap up the video because I've done quite a lot. And the part one, I did a lot of like the planning and the back end of stuff. So it didn't really look overwhelmingly different in person. And now I've actually done the in-person stuff. And obviously I had my flop of a market, which it wouldn't have worked out anyway. The next one was cancelled. And then the last one, half the parts were missing. So it's not going great, I'm not gonna lie. We're nearly there. And then hopefully I can finish everything and then we can do like a comparison and it'll be done and it will look great. Ready for, dare I say, autumn, winter. So the first one I'm going to do is a refillable car diffuser. It looks like this. And you can either hang it or I do offer them with vent clips. This person has opted not to have a vent clip, so I'm just going to hang it probably. But yeah, and then you take the lids off, refill. It was worth noting, anything with the lid, where the lid is what soaks it up, they have to be upright. If you tip it, it will leak. So either hung, vent clip, I sometimes put mine in a little pot and then it stays in the pot. But they're super cute. And then obviously you can just refill them when they get a bit low. They look a bit like a pumpkin as well, so just saying. So that's gonna go in there. And she's ordered this in the coconut and lime. What a good choice. Probably can't see anything that I'm doing. I don't even know if it's in view. It's a very weird shot, this. You're so far away, it's small, and I don't know. Coconut and lime. I do wrap the lids of these, you might have seen me do it in the past, in an eco tape, just to make sure nothing leaks on the way. Touch wood, it has worked so far. Why would I say that? Why would I say that? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I've got a double market. I wasn't gonna, I mean, not luckily, but because I had my floppy market, they kind of meant I'd got a decent amount of stock, but it has dawned on me that I have got a decent amount of stock, but I've also got a double market. So if the first one goes really well, which hopefully it will, I just want to make sure I've then got enough to have another good one, just in case it's not really the time of year for it, but you never know. So yeah, I might double up on a few of the main ones really. I don't know, it's really hard. It's hard knowing how much to stock. I don't know if anybody else has the same issue when you work from home. Obviously you don't have an unlimited amount of space, so deciding how much to keep. I don't know, I don't want stuff just sat on the shelves for ages, but at the same time, if I don't have enough of something, I'm going to be gutted. So just sort of plodding really, if I'm honest with you. I'm trying to plan ahead now. I'm getting quite excited now the weather's cooled down slightly about autumn. And obviously the market, like all the market sort of deposits and things are starting to come through for everything that I've booked. So that's sort of hit home quite how busy I'm going to be. I think it's good. I mean, it is good. Of course, I think it's good. I think I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I mean, mentally ready for it. I don't know, but physically. Anyway, this is the how to refill your card diffuser little card going in, little business card. I have got my lovely new thank you cards. It's really nice as well because this is somebody who has ordered before. I recognise the name. So Arabella, if you're watching, thank you. Ironically as well, in my last video, I talked about Etsy and how I had mixed feelings about it at the moment and I need to give it some attention, but I was very much on the fence of the fact that it does seem like you need ads on, otherwise you don't get a look in. I posted that video on Friday and then that weekend, literally the next day I got 2 Etsy orders and I didn't have ads on. So I'm not sure if Etsy heard me because I mean I hadn't had Etsy orders for some time, to be honest. I hadn't had anything on Etsy for quite some time. It sort of just was trickling. Yeah, within like 12 hours I'd had 2 orders. So that's a strange one. Either our phones are listening, which is quite possible, or I don't know, maybe I jinxed it. It's a good jinx. I'm happy to jinx it that way. I do still need to have a look at it, I think. The other one I need to have a look at is Fair. So at the beginning of this year, I think it was the beginning of this year, might have been end of last year, I got accepted into Fair Wholesale. So for anyone who isn't familiar with Fair, it is an online wholesale platform, a bit like Etsy, where you list all your wholesale products and then people can obviously buy them online and then they just get shipped. You don't need to go and pick them up or worry about anything like that. So you just ship it direct to the people, and shops or spas or restaurants or whoever who's looking to buy wholesale stuff can just go on to like a platform, like it looks a bit like Etsy. I look at wholesale products of anything at all, whether that's to use or to sell, or you can do white label. So I could offer for people that put their own logos on it, things like that, sell blanks. Yeah, anything at all. It is quite hard to get on. I had everything I'd heard about it, people had applied every few months for a considerable amount of time. I applied probably every 3 or 4 months for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. I just kept putting it in. I didn't lose faith because I know it's just one of those things that takes a while to get into. And I got in, which was fantastic. And then you have to put a product on. They're quite strict on what they do. They check everything. And yeah, it all got approved. I put a sort of, not a dud product, but I put on just 2 products just to fit the bill, because you have to have 2 products on there to have a shop, so that it all got uploaded, because I was a bit worried that after waiting that long to get onto it, that, I don't know, if I didn't tick all the boxes, they'd shut me off or something. I don't think they would, but you know, either way. And then did nothing else. And I had a couple of messages that I responded to really promptly, but nothing came of it. So it's just been sat there, and I've done nothing. And it is obviously it's definitely another avenue to have. It's always good to diversify your income and where things are coming from. So I do need to look at that. So Etsy and Fair are the next projects, I suppose, because it's one of those, it's not just like, you know, doing up a market display. It is one of those things that if I can find the time, put the work into it, in theory, you're only going to get back, right? Yeah, that's on my list, and maybe then I'll complain about it while filming a video and get those orders. Right, order number 1. So next one is, what should we do next? Is from Kate, and she has ordered a mint diffuser refill without reeds. So I don't actually think I needed to get those out, but yeah, the mint one's really nice actually. It's really unusual. I think it sounds a bit daunting and a bit like it's gonna smell like toothpaste, but it doesn't. It's more like the herb mint, like the plant, and I love it, especially in a candle, I have to say, because obviously it's got that warmth when it's in a candle. I see, every time I pack orders, it just really makes me, I know I've banged on about this before, but it really makes me want to get branded packaging. I wouldn't use it to do the whole thing, but I just think it'd be really cute to like finish it off with a, I don't know, I do know, I know exactly what I want to do in every fine detail because it's what I think about. It's just one of those, you have to order quite a substantial amount of them. So it's not expensive per roll, but you need like £250 worth of tape so you can get going. And I don't even know where I would put that. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. Coffee machine's reminding me that I turned it on and didn't make one. I've got my spare packing peanuts in a bin bag. I usually have a big, like a big bin that's full. I filled it up, and rather than take peanuts out of that and then refill the bin, it just made sense to go straight from here. It's next to me, so lazy. Right, so mint going in. Well, I just ripped the paper. Is it fine? I'm sure she wouldn't mind, but I mind. I can use that for a smaller one. Yeah, I can cut that bit off. Attention to detail. That's better. I'm sure she wouldn't have cared, but I'd really love if I ever get like a studio. I'd really love a packing station where it's just all set up and organised and piles of, I don't know. Maybe one day. I think my issue is I don't want to go somewhere, so I could obviously get a unit, or I don't know about converting the garage. My husband does a lot of stuff with cars, so I don't think he'd be up for converting the garage. But even like a little summer house thing in a garden, or yeah, obviously renting a unit is probably a really good way to do it as well. But my thing is, I firstly hate leaving the house, but secondly, obviously having 2 small children, having everything in the house means I can pop in and out of doing work rather than having to go somewhere, have set times to then come back, or, you know, for example, baby girl's napping right now, so I can pack some orders where I couldn't then get in the car and go to the unit. Or even, I mean, maybe I could go to the end of the garden. It's a bit far for me, to be honest. Oh no! I feel like I make that look really strenuous. Oh my goodness me! Stepping on baby toys. The next one is just a website order, and Anna has ordered coconut and lime. Excellent. Yeah, so you don't always need to have reeds. If you're using, especially the same scent, but if you're using the same scent or even a similar scent, probably don't need any reeds. I mean, I do tend to, maybe every other time, just because they get a bit clogged up in the end, I suppose. But you don't have to. But if you're doing a different scent, or it's been a while, I probably would. But it may even be, so it's the same formula for the room sprays. So she might have a room spray rather than a diffuser that she's refilling. I need to look at room sprays actually, because they have been out of stock for a considerable amount of time now. I keep thinking I'll just hold on a bit longer to see if they get them back in before I just change. I mean, it's been the best part of this year that they've been out of stock, and obviously if I can't get them, they're also out of stock for me as well. And I wouldn't say they're like top of my bestseller list, but they're certainly asked for, especially in the summer. So yeah, I do feel like I probably should have been a bit more on top of that one really, but it's really interesting that we have heat waves and a coconut and lime starts flying out the door. It literally just smells like summer. I have it all year round because it is by far my favourite. It's the one, I might mention this before, it's the one that started it for me. It's the first one I ever did was this coconut and lime, and this specific one, I smelt one, fell in love with this scent, and they stopped doing it. And I was absolutely mortified. And then obviously I was thinking about making candles and things. So it was the first, I was like, right, well, the first thing I'm going to do is make that. And I didn't know what it was or how to do it. Because if you smell coconut limes, they can smell very different from different places. Some are more coconutty and some are more limey. But I was specifically searching for this one sort of scent, and I got it. And it was the first one that I did, and I love it. Oh, I biffed that. Hold up. Can I save it? Yes, I can. Right, so that's that for now. I think I'm gonna leave it there before I run out of time and just crack on. Yeah, I don't really have a plan for the next few days or whatever it is, summer holidays, so just getting through. For now, I will crack on. I'll see you in a bit. We're here. We made it. I think I'm ready for the double market. I'm almost ready. I've got one day of a bit of babysitting help to help me just wrap everything up, just to make sure, and to take a bit of pressure off myself. So babysitting is happening at my house, so I don't feel guilty, and everyone's still here and I can still control everything. Before I go, I thought I'd just pick your brains on some autumn stuff. Sorry if that's offending anyone. I know it's like 28 degrees outside, but I've got to plan these things. So I have got some fragrances. I don't know which bit people find more exciting, the fragrances or like the gels and colours and things. I have both. I usually, so just for a bit of context, there will always be gingerbread. So my gingerbread is called Buttons, and I bring it back every year. It is my bestseller, like of all of them, even though it's only out for not even half the year. It's delicious, if I do say so myself. I use a blend, so I use two different ones. One of them is more of the like the ginger, like the spice side of things. The other one is a bit sweeter, a bit more, maybe more like the biscuit. And then I do actually put a dash of another one in as well, but without getting too complicated, is a blend that just together creates joy. And that comes out every year, and I have it for autumn and winter. I have been asked for it in like spring and summer, and I don't know. Maybe I should, but then I guess people really want it by the time it gets to autumn. I don't know. So there will definitely be that. The other one that I am going to bring back, I did it the year before, and then last year I got asked about it, so I did bring it back, and I'm already being asked about it. So I think I'm going to bring it back again. Yeah, I mean it's frosted pumpkin. Pumpkin frosting. I think I call it pumpkin frosting. I do love a pumpkin spice, but I feel like there's enough. It's quite a brave statement to say there's enough pumpkin spice in the world. Is there ever enough pumpkin spice in the world? I just feel like you can kind of get pumpkin spice anywhere. Is that maybe boring of me to say? Maybe it's because it's classic. People really wanted the spice. Gingerbread's there. Obviously, come Christmas time, I always do some form of Christmas spice. I usually do a Christmas spiced fruit cake kind of scent rather than just Christmas spice. I've got ideas for this year that's maybe a bit more fruity, a bit more orange spice, cinnamon. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I did the pumpkin frosting, something a little bit different, and people lost their minds over it, to be honest. People were trying to buy the sample candle and I'd sold out and things like that. Yeah, that will be back. I don't know why I bought a sample. Oh, part of it anyway, in my last order. I think just to check, just to remind myself. I do tweak it slightly. I can't really explain it. It is pumpkin and it is autumn, but it's frosted. Oh, for a candle maker, I'm pretty rubbish at describing smells. So the other options, I think this will be a no because it's pumpkin again. And I don't want too much pumpkin. I know it's autumn, but we've ticked the... Oh. I might have just changed my mind. Obviously, I'll still do the pumpkin frosting. Nobody panic. Oh, that is lovely. Do you know what? I already smelt this one when it arrived and discounted it, but thought I'd just have a quick chat about it. So this is technically supposed to be pumpkin pecan waffles. And honestly, I'm not really getting the pumpkin, so I could just leave that bit out. But the pecan waffles, it's really, it's very sweet. But like sugar, I can literally like taste the sugar. You know, like the caramelized bit on top of a waffle, a breakfast waffle. Oh, okay. Back of the game. Scuppered me. Apple pie. I always like the idea of apple pie, and then I always think they don't smell like apple pie. It smells like apple, but to me, you need the paste, like the pastry side. I wonder if... It's a shot, isn't it? Oh. Apple pecan waffles? Am I a genius? I think I might be a genius. I think it needs something else as well, but I think I might be onto something there, and you've just witnessed it. And then the last thing, so I've got 2 pistachio bases here. So that is nice, but I don't think, it's not autumn. Now this one, yeah. Although, God, you know what, I'm just, I don't know. So this is green pistachio and marshmallow, and I do really like the idea of this because marshmallows toasting on a fire, and it has got the sweet side of it. Is it too similar to the pecan waffle? I like to mix it up basically. So no, they are different. They're very different. That's much warmer. Oh, I can literally, yeah. Why did I discount you? Should have chatted back. That is nice. I don't know if it's nice enough. Got quite high standards when it comes to autumn, winter. We will see. So I think, yeah, at the moment, there's definitely gingerbread and frosted pumpkin. I do think apple pecan waffle, I like that. I try and sort of mix it up so they're not all sweet or all spicy, fruity or fresh, you know, try and have something for everybody. Do you need to tick every box at autumn, or do people just want pumpkin? Colours. Now, I actually don't know, to be honest. By this point, I've usually got an idea. I don't know how much I did last year in terms of, I can't remember. I was heavily pregnant. Yeah, I did have the purple. I always bring out like a red. So there's like it's not bright red, it's like a deep red, but that's more Christmassy. So I'm not going to touch that just yet. And there is one called orange, and I always, every year, I think I really want to use it, but I don't think it's an autumn orange. To me, that's more of a coral. Do you agree? Do you like a pastel orange? I mean, I love a pastel orange, but it's a pastel orange. It's a pastel orange autumn. It's kind of like peachy summery to me. The other option is, I think I usually call this oat. I mean, that's a bit of autumn, isn't it? I think the only one I'm pretty set on is the sage. So, does that say autumn to you? Does that say autumn to you? Or does, I'm going to break something. Or does that say autumn? I think that says autumn. What does that even mean? That says autumn. Yeah, let me know. Maybe I should do a little poll or something. Because I also like things that could potentially transition into winter as well. I don't know, I feel like these two are very autumn. What am I even talking about anymore? Let me know. I might do a poll on Instagram or something. If you have strong opinions, come vote. I'm going to try and focus on summer, bring myself back to present day. Also, I'd be really interested to know if there's any nostalgic autumn smells that you are drawn to every year, that you look for, or maybe that you can't find. Let me know. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. Yeah, please do. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for now. I'm hoping I've got a little bit more I can do before the weekend for the double market. Yeah, but for now, I think we'll leave it there. As always, thank you so much for watching. It's so lovely to have such lovely comments and messages and things, and warms my heart. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.